Let me show you something that is completely absurd. In 1970, a factory worker could buy a house, support a family on one income, and retire with a full pension at 57. Today, a factory job won't even cover rent. Nixon ended the gold standard in 1971. This let the government print and spend unlimited money. 53 years later, the US dollar has lost 87% of its value, wages have stopped reflecting productivity, and workers get $0 from company growth. The boomer generation had 86% more purchasing power than Gen Z. In 1973, hospitals went from nonprofit care to profit for business. Medical costs jumped from 4% to 11% on the federal budget. And today, 66% of bankruptcies cite medical debt. The Revenue Act of 1978. This created the 401k. Companies jumped at the chance to dump pensions. By 1980, 38% of retirement was company sponsored. By 2008, that dropped to 20%. Today, it's near nothing. In the 1980s, we had the higher education expansion. The government cut the cap on student loans, and trust me, as a college student, I have seen this affect people around me. Colleges tripled their prices, and in what was once a sure path to success in the middle class, turned into a 30-year fight debt sentence. Student loan debt today is a projected $1.7 trillion with a T. In 1999, banks were able to bet on high-risk stocks with your savings. Executives made millions when the bets won. Americans paid $700 billion when they lost in 2008. But either way, the bonuses were kept. Which means for you, it was basically a lose-lose. The housing crash of 2008. 10 million families lost everything. But firms like Blackstone spent $10 billion buying up all the land in the wreckage. They bought neighborhoods for pennies. And they rented them back at 2 times the mortgage. Think about today. Houses are impossible to buy. It's completely ridiculous. You see townhomes today going for $300,000 plus, and that's on the low end. And they're like, oh, when you get out of college, you're supposed to buy a house. With what money? Like, it's not possible, bro. I don't blame anybody for getting out of college and not being able to afford a home. It's not affordable. Back then, it probably was. Now, in the big 25, you have no chance, bro. The economy right now in the United States sucks. We work more than quite possibly any country in the world. And we struggle more than a lot of other countries in the world, especially concerning our middle and poor class. The wealth gap has only increased over the years. And really, it's not to blame one person. It's not to blame one party. It's just a crude mismanagement of American economy and funds. In other words, I'm blaming the government. Good day.